What's up? How are you guys doing? TK Profit from Profit Takers. We're hopping back on today to do another live session. We are gonna go ahead and jump right into it. So let me share the charts. Let's see. Marcus, what's up? Let's see. All right, so earlier this week we got into this US 30 buy all the way down at the bottom. I called this trade out, sent it into the group. We also sent it out on TradingView. Let me see. Let me go ahead and show this thing right quick. So this is the first place that we want to start for today. I want to see if we're going to get a new high formed on US 30. And if not, what could possibly happen from there. But this is the area that we called the buy. As soon as we called that thing, it went right into profit. And now we are right underneath our TP1 with this position. Sean, how you doing? Yeah, so we're right underneath TP1 with this position. Now we want to see what happens at the highs. With the market, when you are making an uptrend, price will make higher highs and higher lows. This high was taken out by this move right here. With this pullback, Mike, what's up, how you doing? With this pullback, we want to see if this high will be held, and if not, I'll be looking to see these lows taken out, if not these as well, for this low on the 4 hour to be retested before continuing this uptrend. So for these next 30 minutes, this is where I will be. Cool. Make it simple. We're just gonna put a alert at the highs right here. We're also going to put an alert right here at the lows. Rich, what's up? How you doing? So at this point, once the alerts get triggered, we'll have a better idea of what's going to happen. We are already in the buy, so there's no need to rush with this trade setup. If these lows are broken, we'll look for the sell down to retest that original entry that we have.
At Wells Fargo, we get it. You started your business to spend time on the things you love.
Give me 1 second. The other thing that we're going to take a look at is gold. How you been, Doc? All right, so let's go to gold right quick. Gold created higher highs, man, so we're looking to see what's going to happen up here. Now, on these smaller time frames, the 200-day EMA did catch up. Let me make sure that's in the screen so y'all can see it. When you see that 200-day EMA catching up on a small time frame like the 2 minute, this is most likely where the move is going to happen, okay? And with this thing being at all-time highs, there's only two things that we can see happen. We can see a break above structure here to create a higher high, or you can see a break beneath this area right here and a retest before price moves in the direction to the downside. So again, I'm all about being safe with these trade setups, and just because we spot opportunities, it doesn't mean that we jump into them immediately. So what we are going to do is use these alerts. Again, this is the best thing that you can do in the market. Use these alerts to save yourself from yourself. Everything has been going well, Doc. Everything has been going well. We had to go live on TikTok on our phone. Something happened in our OBS server, but we'll figure it out. So y'all don't get the full view today. But right now this thing looks like it wants to fall. We'll see though. Let's let the market tell us. What did you trade this week, Doc? Did you get into anything? Let me see. Let's check out this news too. We may be stuck in consolidation until Thursday. Yeah, we got USD news Thursday, pound news, USD. I'm sorry, JPY news. Let's see. We also took a USD. You can't see the ticker. This is gold. XAU USD in the top left. Sorry about that. Ian, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Yeah, so we're gonna watch that. With that news dropping tomorrow, it's a great chance that we'll see a bunch of consolidation today. But again, with these alerts in place, if something different happens, we will be notified. We also took a buy USD JPY. Let's go. We just hit TP2 on that one. Oh, GA and EA. Let's see what you got over there. Let's see what you got.
Bluetooth disconnected.
I didn't want to connect it anyway, man.
Win. Yeah.
All right, so we got two TPs hit on this trade setup right here. USD JPY. TP1 and TP2 hit. All right, so if you guys was following me last week, we hop on at the top of the week. We do a live charting session, and then I shared the exact trades I'm going to execute, and we take them. So we actually caught the bulk of this sale. Let me go to the 4-hour time frame. We caught the bulk of this sale to the downside. In this area that we're looking at right now, this was a major level on the daily. So this is the daily time frame right here. The thing that I want you guys to pay attention to is how many touches. Let me tighten that back up. Daily time frame. I want y'all to look at all of these touches we got in that same area. I'm going to stretch this zone out so you can see. So when I start seeing things like that no matter how far back you go in the past, it either used that level as resistance if it was underneath it, or if it was above it, it used it as support. I mark those levels when I see them in the market and identify them as key levels. So after we identified this key level on USD JPY, I waited until we saw consolidation at the lows, and when price broke, we entered on the retest. So let me show you on the line chart. So right here, okay? We're also going to take a look at that GA and EA. All right, so boom, that's price and consolidation right there. This move is the break above, right here in that area. That's an accident. All right, you see this, guys? As soon as price broke above, you got to pull back to retest that area of consolidation. And once that retest happened, boom, we got this impulsive move to the upside. And that's all we use to enter in these trade setups, watching these really simple concepts. And now we're waiting to see what happens at this point. So let me go ahead and do the same thing. I'm going to trap price right here on USD JPY. We know the major level of resistance above this level is our TP3, okay? Now we need to see at least on this daily time frame, if price were to pull back at our TP2, where could it go? Okay, and on the daily, oh, look at that. That is a inverse head and shoulders on the daily. That's sweet. Normally when you see these reversal patterns, whether it's a double bottom or this inverse head and shoulders, if they happen at major structural levels like this one did, this is a major structural level. In most cases, you'll see this right shoulder retested. Oh, it looks like it was already retested. So we might not get much of a pullback at all. Did it hit? Let me see. Let me be sure. This is the right shoulder. Let me zoom in. It looked like we got a touch. Price definitely hit that already. Okay. So let's look at the next level then. We got rejections right here. Let's look at this level on a smaller time frame. Going down to the 2 hour. Okay, so on the 2 hour, right here, we got a double bottom with a gap right next to it. That area was already played. So let's see what happens right here. Oh, that's sweet. So let's see if this fair value gap could be replayed. Another thing that makes it looks interesting is we have multiple rejections right here at the lows, but none of them retested this area. So that means we got traders placing stop losses right there in that area for the ones that have these buy positions that got in late. So one thing that you guys will see me talking about often is market manipulation and how we use it to enter in our positions without getting stopped out. This is how we get in a lot of limit orders, okay? So this limit order, the US 30 trade that I just showed you, and we swing trade for the most part, so we hold these setups. So I'm gonna set an alert right underneath range here and right above it. Yep, and we definitely just got this break above the 200-day EMA, so I am definitely holding that last position on USD JPY. All right, cool. Let's see. Now let's go ahead and go to, what'd you say? GA. We're going to go ahead and look at GA now. Okay. Okay, so this thing, we took a sale last week. We hit TP1 and TP2 on GA. This area that is in is a sale zone on a weekly. Okay. So depending on how this thing plays out up here, I'm still thinking and looking to sell. This very well could be the entry. Let's see. So that one played out. I believe the safest bet to do with this is to put an alert underneath this area here and put an alert above. Now, the reason we took a look at this particular trade last week for a sale is because of a thing called bearish divergence. So I want you guys to pay attention to this RSI right here at the bottom. The RSI is creating in lower highs. Let me draw it so you guys can clearly see that. RSI is creating lower highs, showing you a downtrend, while price from that same area was printing higher highs. This is called bearish divergence. Now, in most cases, you will see about 3 touches on that trend line before it's broken. So that's 1, that's 2. this thing could break above retesting this high before making that drop. Now I used the same exact thing to spot that reversal on US 30 for a buy. So we had bullish divergence. Let me pull that back up and show you. Show you the exact same thing in reverse. So anything I tell you, I'm gonna show you guys. Okay, US 30. The exact same thing in reverse. Okay. So that RSI was moving up, clearly creating higher lows. Price was creating lower lows. We got 1, 2, and on our third touch, I called that buy, and that thing took off, man. So when I'm looking for reversals, that's one thing that I like to make sure that I have as far as the confirmation, divergence. And we're up. Woo! That's crazy. That's crazy. We're up a little over 1,000 pips on that trade setup. Jack Queen, appreciate the follow. Appreciate the follows over there, guys. So back to GA. That's what we want to wait on. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, here it is. Yeah, that's what we want to wait on right here. Great chance we could see a higher high being formed. This thing dropped and it pulled back to retest this pattern right here that definitely looks like an inverse head and shoulders. Let's see. Yeah. Yep, that's exactly what that is. Okay, down here. That's the right shoulder. This move was the retest. I was just telling you guys about those retests and how they happen. So this retest happening right on top of the 200-day EMA could be exactly what we need to see to push price up to retest the high of this trend line before giving us that move that we're looking for. So we're going to wait till Thursday to actually look for the trade setup on this. When it comes to reversals in major zones, you guys can check it out for yourselves. Those moves normally happen on Thursday. I'll pull back up US 30 to show it again. It happens on the Forex pairs, the options, and even the indices. Start paying attention not only to the direction of your trade setups, but start paying attention to the direction. I'm sorry, not the direction, but the time that it happens. The time and the date. You'll start seeing that some of these things around the London session, around 5 o'clock, that's when you'll see that move. Or 11, sometimes even 2 o'clock in the evening, you'll start finding when the market would normally make those impulsive moves. So after you identify your setups, you can monitor them, but monitor them in the right time, okay? Yeah, so we're gonna leave this thing alone. They're not playing around with my emotions. We got our alert set. So that's GA, and then you said EA. Okay. Let me go and see what we were looking at. Okay, so we took a EA buy last week. We hit TP1 and TP2 before price pulled back to hit our last trade at break even. Okay, so what exactly is going on? One thing I do see, we got some relatively equal lows that were created right here. So that means we got money underneath. Let me get rid of this trade. We already won. Now this area right here, I do see we got another double bottom right there at the lows. We got money underneath this area. Now I'm just gonna be patient, waiting to see what happens with price. We got get off of that drawing tool. Here we go. So what I'm gonna do is, since we identified this thing as in a short-term downtrend,
H&R
we
Block
know.
makes filing your
Hold on a
taxes
second.
really convenient. File in person at your local.
We know the closest level of support is not this area right here anymore, but it's really this one. Anytime you guys see this, lows being formed right above another structural level of support, those are the areas where you'll find liquidity in the market. And you'll see moves where you get a quick impulse to capture that money before it goes in the opposite direction. Yep, under a demand zone. Exactly. So those are things that I keep in mind. You always got to pay attention for stuff like that. All right, cool. So at this point, we're just mapping everything up. This is the biggest part of trading that people hate. Doing analytics and not actually getting into a trade setup. They feel like just because they're marking on a chart that they have to be a part of something. And in most cases, you are going to get yourself in trouble. Wednesdays are definitely some sporadic days as far as price movement. What's up, brother? How you doing? Cool. All right, so we got those alerts set on gold US 30, EA, and GA. We're actually looking at those. We like that Doc came in with that input. What did we see with USD CAD? Okay, so this is 2 trades last week where we hit TP1 and TP2, and that thing pulled all the way back to hit the last trade set up at break even. So I talked to a few people on the live. They always ask me why I have 3 targets. Because of things like this, it may not hit all of your targets. And if you're going to hold that entire position and wait until it get hit at break even, you're going to be a sad trader. That's demoralizing, seeing yourself go up $1,000 and you take $75 on the trade. Okay, so pay yourself as price moves. Now what we do is I risk 3% on each trade setup. I set 3 targets. This was a target right here at the highs. We took profit once we retested that area. So let me show you guys, and that TP1 was right in there. So that was 3 targets on this position. We risked 3% total, but we break it down into 1% per trade setup or per position. That way, like I said, as price is moving, you can pay yourself and you'll feel a lot better even if it doesn't reach your last target. But right now, we don't know what's going on. So instead of attempting to be overly wise and dictate the next move just because we won a couple trades and we know technical analytics, let's just keep it simple. Trap price like we've been doing. We know that this area right here was a major level of structure. We waited till it got retested before we entered our buy, and we also talked about that liquidity aspect. So now that we got all of these retests at that same level, traders are now placing stop losses underneath this level, which means this downtrend is likely to happen. It's just a matter of when. And what we don't want to do is jump the gun. Let's see what that 200-day is on the 4-hour. Yeah. Price is definitely trading right underneath the 200-day EMA on the 4-hour time frame as well. So yeah, that's the best bet. The best bet. Trap price and set the alerts. I guarantee you guys do this more often, you'll find out that you can enter trades on Tuesday and hold them for an entire week. Wednesday is normally a time of consolidation. So let's find it on this chart. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay, right here. This was Thursday. This move. Thursday dropped. Here's Wednesday. It's consolidating, just like I told you. And this Thursday, you're either going to see a break above to move this thing to the upside or a break below. Please don't take my word for it. Go test it out yourself. When you see it yourself, back testing these things yourself, you'll have a different type of belief. And you'll also get better. So go search. Go try it out. So we're going to close out the day, man. I appreciate y'all. This will be it. These are the only things that we're taking a look at on Thursday. US 30, USD JPY, EA, and GA, and this UCAD. All right. So we got a couple wins already.
Win, 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 win. Yeah.
It's time to add to them. Let's pause these guys before we hop off. Let's see if y'all got any questions right quick. Let me open up the last 5 minutes for this Q&A. So over on, what is this? You guys get to see a different screen. YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. You guys see a different screen. TikTok, I can read y'all comments right here. Let me know any questions about trading before we get off. Okay, we got somebody on YouTube. Said, do we do? Yes, we do mentorships. Okay. We do mentorships. They are a monthly subscription, but we also let you guys trade with us for free. When am I going live again? Hold on a second. I'll go live. I'll be going live again tomorrow at 10:30. Yep, but to get access to our mentorships, you go to our website, ProfitTakersEU.com. I will drop that. Can I comment in here? Let me see if I can comment in here. Oh, I can't drop a comment in there. I'll put that up on YouTube for you. But for the people on TikTok, it's Profit Takers, PROFIT, takers with an S, EU.com. So we're going live again tomorrow. No problem, Sean. We appreciate you. Going live again tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. Everybody else, outside of the mentorships, you can trade with us for free. That's what I was saying. I walk you guys through setting up your demo accounts. I walk you through setting up your live accounts so you can trade risk-free and test these things out yourself. We also give you access to our Mindset Series Structure Breaking. This is the key to everything. Let me pick y'all up. This is what y'all normally would have been seeing. TikTok hating on y'all, man. They're trying to keep y'all from being great. But we walk you through that Mindset Series, and we also give you our 6-week journal so you can become more intentional with your words. Trading is not just about making money. It's about facing your emotions and being a master of all of the elements, man. All of those, the thoughts and the processes of analytics that comes into play with it. We also have a few books available on Amazon. 6 Steps to Trading with Consistent Results. Covers all of the concepts that I give in the live sessions and in the charting sessions. We have log books so you guys can log not only your trade setups, but the emotional state in the process of trading. Outside of that, we got our merch so you guys support the vision, support the dream. And to join us, you can get that beginner bundle or upgrade to tier 2. See all that cool shit y'all was missing? TikTok hating on y'all. But as always, guys, remember you're one trade away from living. Why fight to stay the same? And y'all just get to see the charts. Let me flip y'all around, though. Let me see how y'all do this. All right, cool. Yep, but I appreciate